What up, nerds? This is Reverse World Building, the show for people who wish mythology had just a little bit more science in it. My name's Moiya McTier, and today we're talking about the Banshee.
It's the end of the world! We're all gonna die!
So there are three classes of solar flares, C, M, and X. And the most dangerous ones are X-class flares. They can be as energetic as 1 million volcano eruptions happening at once. When those particles hit the Earth, then they can cause some problems with electronics. So they can cause radio blackouts, people won't be able to communicate with each other. They can cause power outages because they actually interfere with the way that electrons will move through our power grid. In 4.5 billion years, the sun is gonna stop fusing hydrogen into helium. It's gonna get really big, become a red giant. And scientists know that it's going to devour Mercury and Venus, and they think it might actually get big enough to devour Earth. I like to tell people that the sun is going to die in 4 billion years, and they get really anxious and scared. And I'm like, but that's 4 billion years. Like, yes, we know it's going to happen, but it doesn't matter for us. And so I think it's a really nice balance between feeling insignificant and also feeling calm and in control, because nothing we do is going to matter.
So, Moiya, we wanted to talk to you about where myths come from, what the function of myths are.
Myths happen all over the world and throughout time. I mean, we even create myths right now. But in general, myths and legends are born when people see something in the natural world around them and they need to explain it, but they either don't have the science to do it scientifically, or they don't want to use science and realism, and they want to imbue some type of magic in it. So once myths are born, they're used for a couple of different things. They're used to educate, or they can teach about social norms. But myths can also be used to entertain, obviously, and to manipulate. So
if you don't see it, then you don't know that it's possible. So I don't know if I ever thought of my decision of whether or not to be a scientist as racialized, because my mom wanted me to be a scientist, and that was totally independent of my race. It wasn't until I actually got into the sciences and realized how few women, how few people of color, and how basically non-existent Black women are in this field that I started thinking about access to science in a racialized way. I look at my white colleagues, my male colleagues, and they can focus on the science. I'm sure that they have their own lives going on, their own issues, but for the most part, they can be just like an astronomer. I have no choice but to be a Black woman astronomer.
So what am I doing? I'm moving. Yeah, Kevin is pulling me along. So Kevin is exerting some gravitational force that's being demonstrated by this string. Oh, keep going. So the string is showing the gravitational force, and Kevin is the planet that is pulling me along and making me wobble a little bit from the place where I would be if I didn't have a planet around me. All right. Thanks, Kevin. Everyone give Kevin a round.
I wanted this video to be a source of hope, maybe, to help people remember that there are places in the world and there are potentially other places in the universe where things aren't this bad. And if that's the case, then we can make things less bad here. That's the type of optimism that my job as an astrophysicist and a folklorist gives me, and I wanted to share that with you.